Hello there. As Volodymyr Zelensky traveled to London on Wednesday, he seemed fairly certain that the British would once again lead the Western alliance, and this time in the supply of fighter jets. The Ukrainian president self-confidently thanked in advance for strong English aircraft. But London seems less decisive than in the debate about main battle tanks. Secretary of Defense Ben Wallace has recently been remarkably vague. At first, it looked as if Zelensky was on the right track when Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said nothing was off the table. That was more than had been heard from others, and especially Chancellor Olaf Scholz had ruled out fighter jets, and Washington initially waved them off too. Sunak even instructed the Ministry of Defense to review which planes they can turn over. At the same time, he announced the training of Ukrainian pilots on British fighter jets. Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson's line of demanding the immediate delivery of fighter jets seemed to be gaining ground. London would pave the way for fighter jets, headlined the Daily Telegraph. But Sunak's words, which he had found in the presence of Zelensky during a visit to Ukrainian soldiers in Dorset, were in fact put into perspective by the evening of the visit. It is rather a long-term solution than a short-term capacity, is what a government spokesman said. There was also a small exchange of blows between Sunak and Zelensky. When the Prime Minister pointed out that it would take 3 years to train Ukrainian soldiers on Eurofighter Typhoon fighter jets, his guest replied that his pilots had been training for 2.5 years already. Wallace then poured even more water into the wine on Thursday night. After a ministerial meeting in Rome, he had to clarify something. Britain never said that it would definitely deliver fighter jets to Ukraine. They only said that they would start training to improve Ukraine's resilience, probably for the time after the conflict. This is nothing more than what we did after 2015, when Great Britain, Sweden, America and Canada trained the Ukrainians to build up their defenses. While Sunak on Thursday described the issue of fighter jets deliveries as part of the talks, his spokesman immediately drew boundaries. We are making these decisions with great caution and prudence. We are aware of the possible escalatory risks, he said. And in an interview, Wallace compared the jump from previous weapon systems to Typhoon to that from a bicycle to a Formula One racing car. A combat aircraft goes hand in hand with a pit crew, without which the car cannot be started at all. When you give a Typhoon, you have to give a whole lot of people, he said. According to former Army Chief Lord Dennett, surrendering American F-35 fighter jets is out of the question while the Tornadoes are being phased out, leaving only Typhoons. In London, it said that the F-16s used in European countries are more suitable for use in Ukraine. The Typhoon is also a cooperation aircraft, and the transfer of which must be approved by the production partners. In addition to Britain, it's Italy and Spain and Germany too. And you know what Chancellor Scholz said. And by the way, if you want to know a little bit more about the Typhoon, as soon as it's possible, I will make a video on that on my military channel. But until the Typhoon will appear there, you will see a lot of videos there about arms and tanks and stuff like that that already were delivered to the Ukraine by Western partners, including Iris-T, which is obviously doing a great job there in air defense. So just visit me there if you haven't done so far, because it's quite a new channel, and I guess about 350 are there already. It's a very special topic channel. Not everybody is interested in that from this community here. I'm absolutely sure about this. But some might be curious about some more details about the stuff I'm talking about once in a while on this channel as well when it's delivered to Ukraine. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.